Okay, let's go. All right, we're live again for our Friday night meeting. Let's see here. I go here. I'm gonna open this up. And we'll be waiting for some people to come in. I'm gonna sort out some rev up propellers during this meeting. Maybe work on this handle. So I got this. Here's the wood for that. Goes here. And pick the tape up. This up here. Oh, what? Let's do it this way. Well, they're talking about flying, but man, the weather is crappy. The wind is just ridiculous. I don't like that. It's no good. I just do it like I normally do it. I better check and make sure I posted that on Stunt Hangar. I think I did. Let's see, where is the mouse? There it is. Go here. Yeah, it's posted. Normally the first one in is Gary St. Clair, but I had to make an adjustment on that gate I built the other day. I had to cut 2 inches off the end of the post. They didn't measure right. Oil on that. I'm going to separate the rev ups, the ones that I'm going to save and the ones I'm going to sell. some of this shit. $13.7, so let's keep a couple of them. 13.6, we'll keep these. Hmm. 14.7. 14.5. I was looking for 11.6 or 12.6 and 12.4, 12.5. These are 16.4 and a quarters. These are good PA 75 prop. Got here 14.6, 13.6. This goes over here. These are 11.6 and a half. These are 14.6, which can be cut to 13. These are 13.8s. 12.7s. 12.7s. These are 14.6, some more 14.6s. Huh. Can't believe I got 20 14.6s. 13.8s. Some Zors. 12.6. 12, 12.4, 12.5. 14.8. Yeah, here's a bag of props that will not get sold. Howard.
Hi.
11.6 EWs.
Oh, people want those?
If you fly classic, you do. Super Tiger 46s.
Oh,
Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Oh, 9. Here's another one. Bags are these these bags are 50 years old and they're just rotting, falling apart. Here's a 13.6, so that goes in this bag. Grilled. 14.6. 16.45. That goes 14.5. Guy asked me from your area. He wanted some 12.5s and 12.6s, and I said I gotta have them. I know. I would imagine I got them. 16.6. These are monster props.
Who's that from my area?
I have to go back and look. It was on the chat last night from Washington area. 11 and a quarter 7. And I know I got them.
Okay. If you can't find them, send them to me. I might have some from the Granderson estate. But does he want a specific brand?
Yeah, you want a rev ups. And
Oh,
you
hey.
want a 12.4 and 12.5. Here's EW.
I got something that size. I think they're top flights. I'm from Phillips Estate.
11, 7 and a quarter. Wish these bags weren't falling apart. Here's some 8 threes. What do these go on? 8 threes.
Sounds like free flight.
Look at that bag. It just deteriorated. Not even a sense putting it in there. I think I got another bag. There's 16 sevens. 15 6. There's a monster prop. It's a 1810.
That's a lot of prop.
Yeah. And another EW. So I got a dozen EW. It's a Zor. These are some used props here. 12.5 wide. It's used. So there's one for the guy. That's used. 13.5. 13.6 Phillips entry and Phillips exit.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, somebody sanded on it. $16.6. Well, if you're watching, I don't have them. I thought I might, but I don't have them. All I got left is these monster props at the bottom of this box. 14.6. Guess I just sell them all to Brodak if they want them. They got lots of props, so cannot believe these bags have deteriorated like that. I'll probably never run into another deal like I did on this. These little props here, $1.89 is the price tag on them. I only bought them solely for these 11.6 EWs and 13.6s in the bag. Is it flying weather where you're at, Howard?
No, it's raining.
Been windy here. I'm not talking little wind, I'm talking tornado wind.
Yeah, I heard about that. Did the real Steve Smith blow away? I haven't heard from him.
No, he's around 2, 4, 6, 10, 11 props. He's around somewhere. $13.5 Zor.
I got a lot of props. I could go through my props uh, if you want, but it's raining, uh, so I'd have to go through the rain out to the shops. I don't want to.
Well, it don't matter to me. The guy just the guy just asked if I had some, and I said, well, I think I do.
No,
And that was last night. So I will look at it tonight and see if I don't.
no. So you don't have the props that he wanted.
No.
Oh, what's his name then? I'll maybe I do.
Hold on, let me look. He's probably watching. Let's see here. Okay, let me look at last night's stream. That was picking up where I left off. And we want to look at this. Come on. Shit, it didn't show chat. It must somehow. How do I do that?
I don't know.
Comments. Oh, live chat replay. Open panel. There we go. All right. And it was towards the end of the. There we are. Let's see. Terry Mitchell. And he needs some 12.5s and 12.4s.
Oh,
Do you know him?
vaguely, yeah. Well, if he's listening to this, he can contact me.
That's the best I can do, Terry.
Okay. I forget where he is now.
He said Pacific Northwest, I thought, so.
Yeah, he's around here somewhere. I just forget where.
I said, if you come to Brodak, you can dig through this box. He said, well, I won't be going to Brodak. Well, sorry. But it's all right. I don't have them anyway. Be keeping the 14, 6. I got 12 eights. You can run this on your airplane, Howard.
Okay.
You
Well,
have to make some longer landing gear.
I don't have a two-bladed spinner, so I'm out of luck, I guess.
Here's some 16 sevens.
Huh.
I ought to get a count and see how many props I'm going to sell Brodak. I'll call them. Because they're going to want to know, I'm sure. Even if they're interested in them. If not, I'll have to sell them on eBay. $13.8. I guess I keep a couple of them. Six. $13.5, Zor. $12.7. Nope, I don't have them. Don't have nothing for them. If they got all these props, I'd have them, but I don't. Okay. Well, don't talk, Gary.
Listen, listen.
I'm trying to get my computers to talk to each other so that I can post some files to Paul Taylor. He wants to see some STL files.
Uh-huh.
He's full of enthusiasm.
Hey, did you see the F-47 airplane?
I haven't seen the airplane. I saw the announcement.
Well, do you think it's all composite?
I probably that's how they make airplanes these days.
I would imagine they build them just like the Yatsenko, one big mold and pop two halves out and put it together.
Well, you go over to the factory. They're going to make them there in town, aren't they?
I don't know. Are they going to make them here in St. Louis?
I would guess so.
Interesting.
They have people in them. There's a guy that rides along in the airplane to drive it. That's kind of old fashioned.
Well, it's going to be a Wizzo. That the airplane going to fly itself, and the guy that's going to be in the back is a Wizzo or an NFO, Naval Flight Officer, and he just runs a weapon system. Of course,
Why, why doesn't he do that from the ground? Then they don't have to put in a air conditioning system for him and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Seems kind of old fashioned.
Well, who'd have thought that Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Rise of the Machines, the Terminator, would be coming true, but it will.
Oh, I didn't see the movie. I guess I better.
The Terminator, you never seen that?
No,
Yeah, you better see it.
I guess so. I'm pretty far behind in all that stuff.
It's supposedly at this particular year, it was written in the 80s, but it's around the year 2025 or 2030, somewhere in there. The rise of the machines. The machines take over and they kill everybody. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Terminator. He goes back in time. He's a robot. He goes back in time to try to save humanity.
Oh, why does he give a shit?
Because the son of this gal, they led a resistance. I don't know. It's a series. They did about 3 Terminators.
Oh, okay. I didn't I didn't see the fix either, and people keep quoting that, and I'm out of it.
It's pretty good. Pretty good movie. I mean, if you like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Um, I don't know him.
Arnold, the muscle man.
Yeah, Muscle Man.
Governor of California.
Governor of California. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a prop that's already drilled. Okay, good. Yep. There we go. Now I just need a prop extension.
Uh-oh.
What?
I just put a password on this computer, and I restarted it. Now I forgot what password I put on there. Now what do I do?
Better think.
All right. Maybe it's that. Oh yeah, hey, I guessed right. It's my junior high school locker combination. My password.
So,
Network.
were you at the Worlds this year?
I was for a while.
Did you see that Red Bull Contra rotating electric airplane?
No, but I saw Polish contra rotating electric airplanes before.
That's it.
Was it Polish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they work. They're noisy, but they work.
That looked like it had power.
Yeah. Yeah. For at least for a while, they have power.
They need a bigger battery to run them.
I don't know. They must have enough electricity to make all that noise. I think it's a good idea, but I'd move the motors apart, like a foot or so apart, left and right, and it'd be quieter that way. And then they wouldn't get in each other's way.
Somebody has worked on this propeller. I think this Tom might have done this. We got 475 at the tip, 48, 4850, and then we got 45, 45, 46, and 46. So not a constant pitch propeller.
That's okay. Maybe it's better that way.
Yeah. Well, a one blade propeller is more efficient than a two blade propeller.
Yeah. You don't want to break the blade, though.
You got to have a counterweight, but
Then you're in trouble. I haven't seen any one blade propellers for a while. Oh, use them in speed. That's where they're using them.
right.
There's some advantages to that. There's some disadvantages too. Well, if you start with a spinner that doesn't have any holes in it, you only have to cut one hole. Assuming the counterweight would fit inside the spinner.
See this purple? This is a 13.6 purple prop. Who do you think owned that?
I don't know.
Who would do something like that?
I've never seen a purple prop. How's that? There's a poem like that. Never.
A cow.
A person with a purple, yeah, the purple cow. Yeah, that's the poem.
Yeah.
I who had a purple airplane? Where'd they come from?
This wasn't part of this deal. This was one that I had.
Oh, you had it.
Yeah. It's a pretty old prop. This is a Tom Warden prop.
Oh, oh.
Hmm.
I've seen Tom Warden. On a couple of occasions, I went to Whittier Narrows, and there was Tom Warden flying a Paul Walker airplane, an old Paul Walker airplane.
Well, I got to tell you, back in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, Tom was a super good builder. I mean, super. On the heavy side, he used lots of paint. Anytime you use paint, you're going to be heavy. But
I'm familiar with this problem.
but I bought an airplane. Gary Hayjack went to the VSC, and he said, "I got a Tom Warden Chipmunk here, and the guy's trying to sell it. You want to buy it? Yeah, get it for me. Bring it back." So he brought it back. It had the Tom Warden signature red velvet interior with a little rope around the webbing around the whatever you call that shit, coping, whatever, around the canopy cockpit hole. And the thing weighed 60 ounces with a 46 in it.
Yeah.
And the controls on it were pull it out a half inch. It was 90 degrees up, put it back 90 degrees down. Super fast controls.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
Well, I've restarted both computers that are supposed to talk to each other, and they still don't. So what do I do now? Restart the network?
You're trying to network what operating systems? Let me guess, Linux.
No. I'm not that much of a nerd. I am, but I'm Windows 11 in both cases.
Okay.
Windows.
Go to add settings. You want to open the network settings and find that computer, and it'll ask for a number on the other computer. You're going to have to make them recognize each other.
Oh, they used to.
Well, somehow it got that that got lost.
Yeah, they used to do that, and now they don't.
Let me see. Let me open mine up because mine will talk to my phone and everything else.
Oh, mine won't.
Yeah, but we could make it.
I don't have any trouble with Windows 7 or Windows 10, but Windows 11 is hard to get along with.
Are you on Bluetooth or what?
Am
Are
I?
you- how are they networked together with a Cat5 cable?
Yes. Well, I think so. They've got that, and then they've got Wi-Fi too, whichever they want to use.
Okay, go to your open your Wi-Fi up and see if you can see it. Detect them.
All right. How do you do that? You go down.
Down in the right corner next to the speaker,
Oh yeah, here it is.
and it'll say in the top left, it'll have a purple button that'll say available, and click on that, and there'll be a list of what's available. And you're gonna have to do it on both computers.
All right. Available. Here's available.
You got Bluetooth turned on or Wi-Fi turned on, both of them?
Not connected. Oh, what? Oh, airplane mode is not on. This looks like the Wi-Fi stuff here. Those speakers aren't even as loud as they can go. Okay. So here's okay. Oh! Something happened.
What was that?
Something happened. It turned on and it found. I think it found the computer in question and it lost it again. So. And,
Something happened, so you're on the right direction. Do it again.
barely. Okay. Well, all right. Now what do I do? Oh, you said go to the other computer and do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to the other computer. I hope nobody's listening to this. We're not very entertaining.
No, they got to see each other.
Oh, I might have been. It doesn't make any sense.
Now go to your file explorer that you want to take the files off of,
Yeah.
and go to the tree and go to the network and see if you can see that computer on there.
Not yet. Oh, let's see. This is Wi-Fi. Okay, let's see. There's the LAN thingy. All right. I don't know. I'll refresh it and see if it sees it. Nah, doesn't see it. How about what if I go reset the network? Like reset the router or
No, that ain't gonna do it.
that's not gonna do it. That's too bad.
No, that ain't gonna do it. They don't make this shit easy.
Apparently not. What I used to do when I lived closer to the Microsoft place was if I had a problem with Microsoft application, I'd go to the one of the all you can eat Indian lunch buffets near the Microsoft facility, and all these Microsoft people would be in line, and I just picked the cutest girl and asked her. But I don't live near there anymore, and they wanted $25 for an Indian lunch buffet the other day.
$25.
$5, yeah. I can't eat all I can eat though. That's the problem.
So say, give me $5 worth.
Yeah. So,
That's about what I ate is $5. Well, I hit the desserts pretty heavy.
So give me $10 worth.
Yeah,
mhm.
I probably had about $10 worth. Next time I'm going to order from the menu in that place. It's pretty good. We got a lot of Indian restaurants here. It's pretty well in up around Bellevue. That's 60 miles north. We only go there when we have medical appointments.
Going to the Nats this year?
Probably.
I bet it's going to be windy.
Well, that's too bad. I can't. When it's windy here, it's too turbulent to fly, so I can't practice in the wind. Now what do I do?
Go visit Joe Gilbert.
Oh, well, when it's windy, his place is pretty bad too.
Why do you think he flies so good in the wind?
We probably practices flying in the wind.
It's the only thing he's got to fly in is the wind.
Yeah. We had a good time there at the team trials. I think they're going to have the team trials there again.
Where?
Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
The late September was last we heard. That's the rumor.
It's a good contest. I like going there.
To the team trials
Tulsa.
or just the Tulsa contest?
They had another field. I lost an airplane in the wind there about 15 years ago. And but it was a good field. Let's see, what the hell was that? Bill Wilson came up. You know him?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've met him, but yeah, famous for his airplanes,
Beautiful paintwork.
finishing his airplanes. Yeah, he's got an airplane with a stabilator on it. I think that sounds kind of interesting.
Well, Billy built one along with Les Nearing. It was some kind of beam looking thing with a stabilator on it. I think it was hinged about 35%, unflyable.
Yeah, that's too far back. That'd be bad.
Probably should have been about 10 or 15%.
Yeah, I expect. His 25 is that's where it'd be neutrally stable. But behind that is sporty.
Yeah, unflyable. Sporty. Nice airplane. It's a black, looked like a black Juno in a way.
Paul Walker made a stabilator airplane. I think he said he could trim it to do square maneuvers or round maneuvers, but wouldn't do both with the same setting. So I still want to try it.
Well, I would think if you're going to try that, it would need variable flap ratio.
Oh, this can be done.
I know it can. That way you could get it to do squares and rounds.
Huh, maybe.
Because you know that stabilator's got a lot of power, so you don't need much flap in the squares, but you would need an input, a slow input of flap and a slow input of elevator. It'd be tough, but I think it's doable.
I took an FAI combat plane and put a long tail on it, like 2 or 3 feet long. This a 3/8 inch aluminum tube, and put a stabilator on that. Mind you, there's no flaps,
Right?
but it was pretty good stunt plane.
Well, it wouldn't take much flap, it'd have to be a light airplane.
Didn't take any. It was a light airplane.
Well, yeah, combat wing. No, I'm talking about you wanted to build a full-size stunner,
Yeah, full-size stunner.
would have to be a light airplane with very little flap or variable flap. And super slow controls.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. Okay, well, stay tuned. I hope to have one someday.
Maybe a 5-inch bell crank.
Maybe a 5-inch bell crank. There's Phil Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have arrived. Finally. How's everybody?
All right, we're counting
Right.
and trying to get computers to each other. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I want that
Oh,
file, them rolling checkers that you did.
All right.
That's neat.
Is it SVG?
No, probably not. I wonder where it is. I haven't seen it for a while.
Why wouldn't it be an SVG?
Because I don't have girly software that makes SVGs. That's why.
Oh, yeah, but what cut the stencil? Something that read SVG.
DXF. That's what I.
Your sign plotter reads DXF?
Yes, it does. It's sure cuts a lot.
That's what I got.
Yeah, well, it reads DXF files.
Okay. When you save them, it saves it as an SVG.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I thought it saved the sure cuts a lot file.
Well, it has SCut. You can put SCut in on the forum, SCut 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, that's cut 4. I think. Where is that thing?
That depends on the I put them all in there. That depends on the year the sure cuts a lot you have.
Yeah, I got version 4.
Yeah, it'll take all the way up to 5. I hate cuts a lot 5. It's crap.
Oh, it is. Okay, good. Because the people that sold me the cutter sent version 4 along, and version 5 was out. And I said, "Hey, why don't you send me the latest version, you cheapskates?" No, they said you get 4. Well, fiddlesticks. But so it turns out 4 is better than 5 anyhow.
Yep. I normally like to use 3.
Jokes.
You got 3?
No, I don't have 3. I only have 4. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Jim Aaron has a vinyl cutter. He's got 2 vinyl cutters. He has a Cricut, which he uses. Then he's got a big one that he's never taken out of the box. Yeah, he gets masks made all the time, and he sends them off to somebody else to make them for him in South Carolina. Why don't you take your cutter out of the box, and I'll show you how to use it, and then it'll save you some time.
What cutter do you have?
I have a
US cutter?
US cutter, yeah.
870.
I don't know. Let me go look. It's on the other side of the room.
That's the same cutter I got.
I still want to get you to cut that vinyl for me for the Igor's plane.
It's SC2.
That's a different model than I got. I got the H70.
Oh.
I think, let me look. Yeah.
What'd you say about Igor?
I want to get somebody to cut me a set of the vinyls to paint Igor's airplane like his, the red, white, and blue.
Oh,
I
You
finally got a note from him today on the new timers and ESCs, €300 counting it's €300 counting a jetty box, but I'm assuming it's the same jetty box we've had, and I already have two of them, so I don't need another one.
yeah.
That'll save me €40. So
MH871 Mark III is what I got.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's got I think it's a 43-inch bed in it.
oh, that's pretty wide. You
that's a big one.
Yeah, I can
You
cut
got one.
signs with it.
can.
Yeah, that's what the city had.
Yeah, I
Wow.
made a sign for the back of the car. It was Jive Combat Team Personnel Transporter. Put that on there.
Did you ever watch the video? It's somewhere in LA. There's an interchange that Caltrans marked wrong or whatever on I-5. So this sign painter, graffiti artist or whatever, took a sign, he matched the sign perfect. And one night he came with an orange vest and he put it up there on the billboard. He crawled up on that thing way above the freeway, put it up, and they didn't know about it until he snitched on himself, and it stayed there for 8 years.
Oh yeah, was it rough?
Yeah, Caltrans, it looked just like Caltrans put it up there.
Did it give misinformation or was it right?
No, it was correct. He was pissed off because
Oh, it was wrong. Yeah, he fixed it. Good.
yeah, he fixed it, but it stayed there 8 years until Caltrans figured out how to, they wanted to fix it. It's on YouTube.
That's cool.
Funny as
Good
hell.
gracious. That is good.
You go to jail if you did that now.
We can do stuff like that now. We got the vinyl cutters. We can change all sorts of signage. That's a good idea.
He matched the colors. He measured it out, measured the size. It was perfect.
All I tell you is don't get caught.
Yeah, you get in big
Not
trouble.
not changing a road sign. Ooh, no.
Oh, is that bad?
Oh Lord. Yeah. Yeah. I was a traffic signal tech for a long time, and trust me, you do not want to get caught changing a street sign.
Oh,
I picked one up that said speed limit 25 because I was tired of seeing people racing through this neighborhood. It's a P-shaped development, and there was like 30 kids in it, and people just kept racing through here. So I changed the sign from 35 to 25.
Yeah.
Lord, all I tell you is don't do it. Don't do it. I got in a heap of trouble over that one.
We got a drag strip in front of our house. I want to build up my own speed bump out there. They go by, they got a stop sign on this end of the street and a stop sign on that end of the street. They don't even slow down for them. They just boom right on through.
Sound like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way old men talk.
Yeah, that's right.
Guess what, Bubba?
Somebody gonna get killed.
We're a bunch of old men. Oh,
Yeah,
me.
I'm sounding like an old man. Yeah, that's
Pop this chat
I
out.
tell you what, Howard has the quietest dragster of the bunch. But I'm gonna tell you what, 0 to 60, he could probably beat any of us. That thing will get up and move.
it gets up and move. Yeah. we were nobody else much is here. We go and talk. We were on the way back from the Nats and stopped at Boise, and there was this Cybertruck there with a flat black wrap. That is really cool. So I was gonna at least rent a Cybertruck to go to the Nats, but now with all this controversy, I don't think Mary Lou will let me.
Hey, Howard, this Terry Mitchell asked, are you going to the regionals in Roseburg this year?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, there you go, Terry.
Where does he live? Ask him where he lives.
Where do you live, Terry? Yeah, you can hear. I mean, you're watching this.
I can't hear. I can't hear Terry.
No, he's not. He's in the chat. He's not on.
Oh,
He's on YouTube.
oh, okay.
Hmm.
He can contact me if he wants. Tell me what props he wants. I might have some from the Granderson estate. You can just send a PM on Stunt Hangar if he wants.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry I didn't have them for you, but I looked through them all. I don't have them. I got another box.
What did he want?
He wants 12 fours and 12 fives.
That sounds familiar.
Come back Monday. I'll look over the weekend. The reason I say I look over the weekend instead of right now. Shop's kind of in disarray right now, moving things around. But I'll look over the weekend. 12
I got
fours and
another
12
box
fives.
of props over there that I'll bet there's a 12-5 in it, but it's they're electric props. They're APC and stuff like that.
What's he wanting? Rev up?
Yeah.
I got electric props out the wazoo from Philip.
Yeah.
Let's see. Terry says he lives in, gotta get over here, 11 miles from Roseburg.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. We put you in touch with some potential props. So
Yeah. With the man.
I'll take some to Roseburg, probably.
I need to get my iPad up here so I don't have to get up.
That's a good contest. You ought to come out.
Well, the last regionals I was at the Eugene Airport.
Yeah, that's the contest.
Yeah, but it ain't at the Eugene Airport no more, is it?
No, it's at the Roseburg Airport. It moves around, or it has moved around.
Sparky, what contest you going to on the East Coast or out this way?
I don't know. I used to go to Huntersville.
Well, we ain't got that anymore.
Yeah.
You could go to Triple Tree.
That's way too far.
It's not that much further than Huntersville.
I thought of going to that, but
Well, you need to go at least once. It's an amazing sight to see that many modelers in one spot.
what people tell.
I'm gonna tell you what, Howard. You talk about coming all the way across the country. That is flat diagonal all the way across the country for you.
Yeah,
I've heard of being a dedicated modeler, sir, but you'd have to be one dedicated modeler. Hey, tell me something. When you come to the Nats and you have to stop for a recharge, how long does it take to recharge?
oh, depends on how long it's been since the last time you charged. Typically half an hour or so.
Well, that's not bad. I was told an hour and a half, and I thought that's ridiculous.
Well, not with the fast charger.
The better question is, how long does it take you to drive across country?
Well, it takes 4 or 5 days to get the Nats. So it's about a day longer with the electric car. Is you spend 20% of your time charging. That's the deal. But for an old person, that's okay. Just to stop for charging.
Do you get 2 or 2.5 hours between charges?
You do if
At least.
go fast enough. Yeah. Yeah, plenty of time. It's typically 250, 300 miles. Range is supposedly 400, but
Yeah. Well, as long as you can go 250 miles, I mean, that's about when you need to stop and stretch your legs and drain your lizard anyway. Because, I mean, I'm to the point now where there's nobody on here I think will be offended by that. I hope anyway. But I'm old enough now that I have to stop every couple of hours and go to the restroom.
yeah.
The mind can only endure what the the mind can only comprehend what the kidneys can endure at this point in my life.
Like that. Yeah, I'm older than you are, and
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I hope you don't have all the problems I have.
well, there's the frequent lizard drainage. Yeah, that
No, you don't
man,
have to do that.
problem is the charging stations aren't always conveniently located relative to restrooms.
Oh, I know. I know.
Um,
I was trying to get on the list. There was a list circulated here a while back about getting a job installing the charging stations. And with what they were going to pay, I was going to do it. But then some things happen and they want young people. So anyway, whatever.
why they need young people?
I don't know, but the people that they called, everybody was under 30. I thought, under 30? You're not getting anybody that's got any experience at all? I said, well, okay, good luck. Because most of the young people have no work ethic at all. So my brother-in-law and I both wanted to get on the list, and neither one of us made it. And
Who was this, Tesla?
I don't know who was doing it. I know they're putting in Tesla charging stations, but they're also putting in the others.
Oh,
By the way, we have a Tesla dealership now in High Point, 30 miles from here. They must have 20 of those trucks on the lot.
Wow, cool.
That is a weird looking truck, I'm telling you.
It's awesome when it's flat black.
Yeah,
and
it is.
They're giving good deals now.
I'm gonna go by and look at it. They said $20,000 for one. I don't know. I got
$20,000. That's dirt
That's
cheap.
That's what I was told. They said they sold one to somebody for $20,000. My brother-in-law said he was going to go, if he could get it for that, he was going to get him one. He's going to trade his Chevy in and get him one.
Oh yeah, you got to get one, and they'll give you free lifetime supercharging.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So I said,
now if you get one that black wrap though, you got to keep it clean because they look crummy if they're not clean.
Oh, I know.
Just rhino liner it.
Oh no. I hate that. No, not only does that look crappy, but it catches the air so bad that you polish one so it slides through the air better and you get better mileage. You rhino line it and you can forget it. It goes through the air like a piece of 20 grit sandpaper.
That car.
I was thinking of the flat black wrap, and then in big letters, they have to be big because it'd be hard to see. And a slightly different color of black, it would say Jive Combat Team.
Yeah.
The whole side of the truck.
Yeah. Terry Mitchell says he's the ED for scale this year.
Oh, okay. I've been going to fly scale at the Northwest Regionals for a long time. I haven't got around to it yet.
You better start building for 2040.
Oh, yeah, at the rate I build.
Right. It'll take you a while.
Yeah. But that'd be too feeble to fly then. You probably have somebody else fly your scale plane. They don't care if you fly it yourself, do they?
No.
I think it's speed now. They have one kid fly all the speed blades. All these geezers just watch.
That's what it would have to be around here. I think there's about one speed guy left.
Well, there ain't nobody that old can dance around that pole.
Yeah. That's they have a kid. They call him the jockey. Free flight's even worse. Those people are even older. I went to free flight once, and it was interesting. All these guys, they're really old. They got a lot of money, so they all got these fancy vans and trailers and stuff with all their stuff in them, and they got golf carts with oxygen in them to chase the airplanes.
Oh, oh, that's bad.
They're just
Well,
flying indoor.
I just met up with a bunch of the guys from the Carolina region of the free flights and joined up with them. I'm gonna try to go to some of the meets and see what's going on, see if I can handle it. But I built a couple of free flights now. We're gonna see if they'll fly straight or not. Gonna have to have better weather than we've had lately. Every time, I mean, I thought my record of trying to go paint was bad, but every time we try to go out and fly these darn things, the wind is, I mean, literally howling. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I doubt free flight.
Steve and them guys wanted to go flying on Tuesday. I said, no, I ain't going out there. So I decided I'd put up my gate on the side of the house here. The minute I took the first fence picket out, the wind came up and it about blew the roof off. Then the hail came and golf ball, then it softball size pieces. Unreal.
Yeah, I heard about that storm going across the country. Thank goodness it went north of here. Ooh, tore up a lot of cars and roofs.
I got some dents in my car from in the hood.
Oh.
It's 21 years old. It's about time.
Yeah, in my trips back to the Midwest, I've spent some time under freeway overpasses.
Yeah.
Your car is made of stainless, isn't it?
I don't know. Magnets don't stick to it.
Yeah, it's stainless, so it shouldn't dent.
I thought yours was plastic.
I don't know what it is.
Well, you can't.
Sparky, I thought your car was plastic.
It could be. Magnets don't stick to it. That's all I know.
My car,
No, I think.
Saturn, and the fenders are plastic, but the roof and the hood are metal.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What car is that?
Saturn.
Oh,
Yeah, everything else is plastic, plastic fenders, plastic door skins. But the hood and the roof are metal.
Probably because that's where what the sun's going to hit the most. Because the sun will destroy the plastic.
And it's been a really good car. I mean, really good. It's 21 years old. I got 180,000 miles on it. I've had, better knock on wood, I've had zero major problems with it.
You know what killed that car?
Yeah, it was too good.
That's it. It wouldn't break. It didn't break. They didn't wear out.
I change the oil every 3,000 miles, whether it, needs it or not. The guy said, well, you can go 5,000 now. We'll change it at 3. And new tires and brakes, normal shit. And it's just a great car.
Yeah, they were great cars.
Now the Tesla, I know the Cybertruck is bulletproof, so I wouldn't worry about hail.
yeah. Well, yeah, they're getting recalled now because panels are blowing off.
Yeah, it must be poor. How do they poorly put together?
I don't know. Maybe they yeah.
Done at the factory, people asleep at the switch, not tightening the bolts up.
or not mixing the epoxy adequately.
I'll tell you, that Cybertruck is ugly though. God, it's ugly.
Yeah, isn't that cool? It's awesome.
Ugly. Does it have an 8-foot bed on it? Can you haul anything with it?
I don't know. You ought to be able to get a 4x8 sheet of plywood in any vehicle you get. And we got a new van. I haven't looked to see whether it'll haul 4x8 sheet of plywood.
What brand is it?
Kia.
Yeah.
Doug Patterson recommended it.
They're a good car.
Yeah, he's got one. It's complicated.
They got 100,000 mile warranty on it.
Yeah,
you bought it new. I mean, that's
battery goes dead by itself. They won't. Yeah, they don't admit to it. But
You know, these environmentalists that think that this electric stuff is so good, they're not thinking. What are they going to do in the long run with all that battery waste?
um,
A lot of lithium.
well, if you look at the gasoline you save by operating it, well, actually, they're coal powered, so it wouldn't apply to that. But with a Prius, for example, it gets all its energy from gasoline. If you add up all the gasoline you save, you can have a heck of a bonfire to get rid of that battery.
Yeah.
Into the hall.
I think it
Makes sense, I guess.
I think it takes more watt hours to make a windmill than it does that it produces in its lifetime.
You do. I remember in Idaho, there's a place where they got a bunch of windmills, and there's this solar panel out there. It's about 4 feet square. And I looked at that and said, aha, that's what powers those windmills.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense. What would I tell you?
I wonder if they supposedly are using all the balsa now.
No, they quit using the balsa.
Oh, they did good.
Yeah. And they used it stupidly too. They put it in their end grain. They made it solid. You know, they're standing out, glued it to get end grain. Oh man, how stupid is that?
That's what I was wondering. Because if they used it running the logway, we could get scrap windmill blades and make airplanes out of it. But if they use it end grain,
No good.
yeah, the pieces
It's
won't
just ruined.
Hey Paul,
It's
I
just
got
ruined.
something to tell you. I typed it to you. You can either be a moderator in that or you can have your badge. You can't have both.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we'll just keep it as it is. That's fine.
Yeah, you're the subject of an earlier conversation, Paul, before you got here.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one of my computers to talk to the other so I can get access to my STL files to post something.
Okay.
But they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
They
Well, I know
used
we had a handful of guys that had 3D printers, and I thought people would be willing to share a little more. So I put some stuff out there. I've been kind of hanging on to them, been kind of scared to put out there, but they're there. So
You can put your rat droppings out there, Howard.
what?
You can put your turtletors out there.
Oh, yeah, I could, I guess. I'm thinking of making a new kind.
You need to make that Kenny Stevens lowrider car antenna that goes above the boomerang that hangs above the canopy.
Yeah, I think he did that to get his vertical CG up, didn't he?
He did that just to make people ask questions.
Oh, I thought he finally admitted that he did it to get his vertical CG up.
No.
well, don't the pattern planes have those?
Yeah. And my guess is what they do is act as vortex generators, keep the flow stuck over the vertical stabilizer when they're flying sideways or something.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever tried chines on an airplane?
That's a good question. Chines or strakes, like on the.
Yep. I think it would help in directional stability, but would hinder in a square turn. It would kind of prohibit it from turning, wouldn't it?
I don't know. We ought to try that. Now,
What are those?
I met the guy who designed the strakes on the F-16.
Uh-huh.
He's a free fighter, Dave Benepe. And his advice was, if you make those, make them sharp leading edges.
Yeah.
I haven't made him to take his advice, but
If you look at an F-14, they have something similar. It's like a slat or whatever. It comes out of, that's a flying body. And it's a wedge-shaped thing. When it's in certain attitude, extends the leading edge. You ever seen that?
no. Well, I've seen it, but I don't remember what it
It's
is.
a, it's a triangle piece. The wings are like in this shape. It's a triangle piece that comes out the leading edge. It pivots out the leading edge. Kind of weird.
Um, all along the wing, or
No, just the leading edge, because that's a flying body, not where the wings pivot. Doesn't go past the pivot point. It just comes out where the body, the fuselage is.
where the fuselage is. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Changes the load on the how do you say that? Changes the load on the root of the wing so that they can extend the wings out. It's not a big problem bringing the wings back, but it is a problem getting them to open back up as the plane is slowing down.
Oh,
So those help to take the pressure off the lead edge of the wing to get the wing to rotate back out. I asked that question a good while ago of a aeronautical engineer who worked on the 14s, and he told me that that's what it was.
oh,
I don't remember a lot of what he said because a lot of it was way over my head. Howard wouldn't understand it, but I didn't.
I look
But I
at
do
some of
remember
this stuff that these engineers have put on these airplanes, like the chines and the slats. And now I'm not going as far as louvered flaps like Wesley Dick, but
oh.
you think some of this shit would probably work.
What are chines exactly?
Look at a SR-71. It comes from the leading edge all the way to the nose. It's that sharp. It turns the fuselage into a sharp flying body.
Okay. Well, it's kind of. Are you talking about like that little piece that you put sometimes on your leading edge?
No. Well, no. No,
Okay.
they're more pronounced. They look at an SR-71. How it's
fuselage.
Okay.
the front of it looks like a flying saucer. Well, those things around the front of the airplane going back out to the wings are chined.
Okay.
Yeah, a more applicable thing may be like what's on the F-16.
Okay.
Because the SR-71 goes really fast, and
Yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about now. It's just a.
but try that. You could print them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here's that other little motor mount that I put out there. It's for a electric motor, but it bolts in. It's got the bolt pattern of an LA-46.
Yeah. So you go back.
Big electric motor will fit in it.
Yeah, so it's got a, electric motor goes in the front. You just unbolt your LA-46, bolt your electric motor, and then drop this back in there. It'd probably work okay on a profile, but like Ken was saying, it'd probably work good on a profile, but a full fuse, it might be a little struggle getting this in there.
Didn't the Atomissions come up with something like that?
Yeah, I think Dave is the one that drew it up, and the only way I got my hands on it is one of the Tampa guys. It was for a Aero Tiger 36, and he wanted to know. He found out I had a printer, wanted to know if I could, redo it or whatever. And of course, I just handed it to my son and said, "Hey, draw this up," and he was like, "Okay, hold my beer, Dad." And because he's a CAD guy, he kind of just reverse engineered it. And so I printed it for the guy over at the Tampa club. And then I had my son, I said, well, hey, make the same thing, make it a little bit bigger and put the bolt pattern for LA-46. So my plan is I got a Tudor 2. I'm gonna see if I can set it up for an LA-46 and then take the 46 off and then put electric on it.
Are you familiar with Rami RC?
Yes.
You know how he prints those molds out? You ought to have your son, Rootbeard, print up a mold for a stunner, He prints them in halves and then glues them together and sands them and makes them nice.
Well, you can draw that up in CAD, and guys are doing that with RC planes, and they've got a product called they created a product just for that called Light PLA, and we had a guy at our RC club that he 3D printed one.
The whole airplane or the mold?
The whole airplane.
Yeah.
The people are printing the whole airplane. There's a guy on YouTube that's doing I mean, he's doing he's 3D printing a big, like I think a 727 or, a big commercial liner.
Right,
But
it's
yeah,
a
those
half
guys-
scale or whatever, but he prints the molds in sections and glues the sections together and then smooths them out inside somehow and then makes carbon fiber parts out of it.
Well, Tyler,
Adamov did that.
Tyler Perry is funding that guy, and
Right.
he's got I think he's got Bamboo print. He's got the high end printers, and yeah, so he'll print that stuff, and then he'll lay carbon fiber in them, and yeah,
The root beer, if he's doing that stuff, he can print you up some molds for an airplane. Put
Wait a
you
minute.
in
You
Cinco.
get, there's who is Rootbeard? Rootbeard is Paul.
well, that's me. Prop
Yeah.
Buster
Prop
was
buster, yeah.
Guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify that.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, it's actually Prop Buster's little brother. So it's my youngest son went to engineering school, so he knows CAD inside out and backwards. So
Put him to work.
well,
Yeah.
I told him, when people were having problems getting those molds or those motor mounts from Oki Air, I said, hey, if you want a little side gig, I said, after he drew the first one up for me, I said, if you want a side gig, yeah, he drew these up. So that's basically the Oki Air deal.
What kind of plastic do you make it out
I do all my stuff out of PET G.
of? Yeah, I think that's what Ed Mission was using. But is that? I'm surprised it takes the heat.
Oh well. So what I did is I kind of I do a variation of this. So when I print it, mine doesn't have the guts in it. So I took this and I revamped it, and I took the center section out.
Oh,
So what I do is I've got it slotted in the back here to take the plate from the electric motor.
oh, okay,
So the electric, and I think that aluminum will dissipate the heat better.
yeah,
And this bolts in there, and I mean this is rock hard solid. You'd have to take a hammer to break it.
What?
But this is the way I use them. I don't use these. I use these.
Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about that black stuff. The is that's PETG?
Yep, that's PET G.
It doesn't look shiny. Is it shiny?
A little bit. Well, you know what? This is PET G. This might have been my last spool of PLA, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm looking for a flat PETG to make trophy bases out of.
A black?
Yeah, I've been making the bases for the trophies, the light up acrylic trophies out of PETG. They come out a little funky looking because they're shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got all kinds of stuff now. They got the holographic filament and stuff, and then since Badass, they actually put these drawings out on their website. I had my son draw this one up.
Oh,
So that's the Badass mount. And then I hurt my thumb, so I 3D printed me a brace for my thumb.
cool.
Dennis had a missing.
Dennis Adamison had a motor mount like that first one you was talking about putting in place of the 46 on his Mo Best 2 years ago at Brodak, and it seemed to work flawless.
Yeah, people get away with it.
Yeah, I just thought we'd had, I knew there was a handful of guys that had 3D printers, and I kind of thought people would be willing to share a little bit more. But it's kind of a ghost town over there.
Well, it's only 2 days old. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got some feedback on it. I've had a couple of people pop over there, so
Yeah. As soon as I get my computers talk to each other, I'm kind of out of business printing now. Well, I guess I could use a USB stick to take stuff back and forth.
yeah, I was going to say you could sneaker net it.
Yeah.
Remember the old sneaker net?
Yes, yes, I'm familiar with the term.
Maybe your son can help me with my 3D or not 3-axis laser cutter and router. I can't figure the damn thing out. I need to bring it in and out of the garage and dust it off.
We'll just send it up here. We'll figure it out.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. Igor has one. What I think of those things is they'd make a lot of debris.
Yeah,
You
a
wouldn't
lot of
use-
dust, a lot of
oh.
smoke. But it'll carve a pilot's head out of balsa wood if I could figure out how to work it.
Well, a 3D printer will print them all day long.
Yeah, but the balsa one will be lighter.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how thick you make the walls, but I printed a couple of them for Dick's new Mustang. He's got it in his Mustang.
Tell you what, some of them, Sparky, some of that stuff is really light.
I got Snoopy here that Tom Rammel printed for me. Remember when he used to come on here? I don't know what happened to him, but it's pretty neat, pretty light.
Yeah.
They're very light. I saw one of them at Brodak. It weighed nothing.
Yeah, I haven't been able to make things that light. I got some end caps for 18650 batteries that printed out of that. These are pretty light, and this is cool. And it turned out to be heavier than what Paul Walker was doing with solder and shrink tape or shrink tubing. So that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Between the two of you, you come up with some pretty slick stuff over the years, though. Those cowls you made for the B-17, I saw one of those, and holy crap, that weighs nothing.
Well, yeah, that was I could do it better now.
Oh Lord. I'm telling you, the paint weighed more than the cowl.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Wow.
Steve Helmick made this aluminum plug for the cowl, and I took the aluminum plug and made a silicone mold to vacuum bag the cowl, silicone female mold. The reason for that is I couldn't figure out how to get the plug out of an epoxy mold, a stiff mold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you vacuum bag carbon into a silicone mold, the carbon fabric, the fabric prints into the mold, and you get a bumpy part. And Paul and another guy finished the parts, and they had to put in a lot of filler and stuff so that was unsatisfactory.
Well, couldn't you have took a male of the cowl, put carbon fiber over it, and then fiberglass, and then peel ply, and then some bleeder cloth, vacuum bagged it on the male so it was on the outside, then pull it out. You'd have to sand it, but it'd be light.
Yeah. Whenever I've made stuff with a male mold, it's always been ugly. But the way to do it is to take the initial male thing and make it
Two-piece.
two-piece.
Yeah.
And then you take it apart and put it down flat against the table and pour epoxy on that. And you get two half molds, and that's easy to take apart, get the part out. So that's what I do next time. But he didn't ask me to do it this time on his new one.
Have you seen his new one?
No, I haven't.
I'll be anxious to see it fly.
Yeah, I slowed down the project on the first one enough that I don't think he's wants me to mess with it anymore. But it was awesome that the ones with the OS 15s in it. Electric, that's too easy.
I see Mark Gerber's here. You got any updates on the Bearcat?
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm still recovering from VSC and do income taxes and
That thing should be built by now.
Built, it's just not painted yet. Hmm. Sparky, did you get the text that I sent you?
No?
I think I sent it to the wrong telephone number. I'll try again. I think I had your telephone numbers listed as your home as being your mobile and your mobile as your phone.
I only got one number, so.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Begins with a 3 and ends with a 7. I'll tell you that much.
Wait a minute.
Nope. Nothing from
Is that
you.
ringing?
Nope.
Is that ringing?
No.
Okay. Then let me change to the other one. Oh, let's do it this way.
Send me a message on Stunt Hangar. Easiest way to do it.
Yeah. Well, I could do it on CharterNet.
Yeah, I see the guys who were trying to scam somebody on there had my email address almost correct, but it's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
To make it look like I was party to that, but I
Let me
wasn't.
see if I can do this.
Oh, Frank Williams and that other guy both got scammed by, or tried to be scammed by somebody saying that I was sanctioning it, and it wasn't my email address. It's close, looked close, but it's not mine. But the sad thing is here, in the next month or so, I'll have some K-77s for sale.
All
They were John's. I got to get over to Dayton and take care of that.
Yeah, that's a shame. What the hell? I'm not trying to get a voicemail. I just upgraded my telephone last night, and I'm telling you what, it took me 3 days to get the darn thing to work right again.
What did John pass from, Sparky?
He had some type of liver cancer.
Oh, man.
Took him quick too.
Well, if liver cancer, it's a good thing. It was a blessing. That's painful.
He was okay before the Nats. So by the time the Nats started and the Worlds ended, he was gone.
Are you serious? 2 weeks he was gone?
Yep.
Wow. I've heard it quick, but well, I don't know. Tony went in, he was feeling bad. And he went in, was checked in on Wednesday. And they told him on Thursday morning that he had he had cancer and it was in his lymph nodes. He died Friday morning.
Who?
Just an old friend of mine. He was in my wedding. But he went 4 days from finding out he had cancer to passing away.
60, 80, 90, $110.
What are they, Sparky?
11.6 EWs.
I got some. I need 13, 12s and 13s.
I got 13s, but they ain't for sale.
Yeah. Nobody's are.
I got 13.8s, but my 13.6s, I'll keep them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 of them.
How about you need a 28?
I got one. I got another big here too. Carbon.
that thing. Fly a helicopter?
You hang that above your fireplace.
Yeah, that's what you're good for.
I thought about making some kind of plaque or trophy with it or something.
There was a guy at Tifton at the RC swap meet that had a B-17 that was clear that had been printed, and he had electric motors in it, and it had lights on it, and he swore he'd flown the thing. And it had retracts in it, it had everything. It was really cool. But they were going to fly it that evening, and he said, "Oh, it's great for flying at night because you can see it." But I did not get to stick around to watch it fly.
Here's a prop for you, Howard. I don't know what size.
Holy smoke.
Carbon.
That's a lawnmower blade.
Here's a prop a guy made for me.
Don't be showing the Concours d'Elegance trophy now.
Who?
You.
No. No, this is different.
Oh, Lord.
Hand carved
No,
acrylic.
No, thank you. You wouldn't even know you had your fingers in that till you hit the bone.
That's unreal.
I got this one here. This one was on the Testarossa. It's a carbon fiber. A 13.2 is what he's got on here.
13.2.
2. Good grief.
13.2 inches. Yeah. Well, I guess it's 13.2 inches.
Yeah, that's probably right. Did you get Wendy's Testarossa?
Yeah, I had it for a short while.
Pretty airplane.
Here's a prop Danny made. This thing is beautiful, but it's got so much under camber on it. You couldn't use it. It's ridiculous.
Take it to Tucson, it'd be perfect.
It's a 13.6 with an immense amount of under camber.
You take it somewhere high elevation, you'll be amazed how well what thing will work.
Here's an Ether Phelps copy, 13.6.
That's a good prop.
But this prop here, man, it's, ooh, I don't know if you can see how much under camber it's got.
That's got a lot. Like I say, you take it someplace where the air is thin, and that'll wake it up.
But the finish on this is tough as steel. It's about 100 times stronger than this one. You cut your finger right off.
Got a good 4-blade for a Super Tiger 60 on a Bearcat.
I got a 4-blade mold. I got one that I laid up, but I didn't. It didn't come out right, so I didn't finish it. I need to make another one.
Mm.
Of course, the flashing's still on it, but
What was the intended diameter?
I think it's 14, but you could cut the tips off. Let's
Yeah,
see,
you'd have to probably cut it down to a
12.
11 and a half or 12 or something.
Where the hell's my tape? Never can
It looked
find,
good on that bear.
measure with this thing here. Yeah, it's a 13.75. 13 3/4. But this one's no good because I got voids in it. I didn't get enough carbon in the tips out on all of the ends. So I need to make another one. But I gave up on my Thunderbolt project, so I just kind of gave up on this.
Well, that would have woke the Thunderbolt up.
Yeah, I was gonna go on a PA 75. We made it online. It's Saturday at John's.
I think I remember that one. What happened to all John's airplanes? He had several nice ones.
Some more 13.6s. I gotta take care of them. Found some more rev ups.
Sparky, what happened to all John's airplanes?
I gotta go take care of them.
Oh,
That's why I say I'll have some K-77s for sale and some Super Tigers, and I don't know. I can't remember what all's there. Let me see if I got these other.
glad to hear he went quick with that. I had a friend that wasn't so lucky, and it wasn't pretty. Oh, when you gonna print up some of those motor mounts?
Well, I'm not in the market of printing them, but I just kind of print them as I get a plane ready to go.
I'd like to have one of those 46 ones if it'll take a 28, 26 or bigger.
Another 11.6 EW. 11.
I have one, but it's for a 35 size airplane.
Man, I'm glad I went over that other box. I got a whole lot of. Here's a 12.4 wide, Terry. This is a hard prop to get. 12.4 wide. I knew I had some.
Any good rev up is hard to get.
This is a 12.
11.5W has worked really well on Aero Tiger. So
Just
Joe
like
Gilbert.
11.5, 11.5W.
There you go.
You gonna sell some of those?
Yeah.
Save me about 6 of them. Tell me what I owe you.
That would be a Brodak. 11.7,
Well, bring them and I'll pick them up.
11.4. I just found another box of props I'm going through. I forgot I had them.
Personal or professional opinion?
This one's for Howard.
Oh,
Doing electric
you.
combat plane.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
cute.
With us.
John, was that your personal or professional opinion? Just a
Me?
social comment.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
When I coughed, that's
Uh-huh.
that's a social comment.
Okay. Okay.
I got a whole bunch of them. 13.6, 14.5, 11.5.
Save me about 6 of those for the air tiger. Bring them to
6 of what? I
Brodak.
mean, I don't know what I got here.
What'd you say? 11.5 W?
I got one of them. 11.4.
Find 5. Whatever you got of them. 5 of them or whatever. 5, 6, whatever. Put my name on them, bring them to Brodak, and I'll pick them up.
I'm not sorting them out. You mean come to Brook when you get to Brodak, just look me up. I'll have a box of props. 13.6. I'm just trying to pick out what I'm keeping. I don't want to get, yeah, you didn't tell me or whatever. Not saving none.
Phil, did you get anything painted?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I got the wings where I'm happy with them now. Sanded and repainted, and I'm happy with them now. So now I've just got to mask off the fuselage and paint it. I was hoping to do it tomorrow, but I'm going to go help the vets tomorrow, and then going to work with the vets tomorrow, and then Sunday evening, hopefully, I'll have some time to shoot it. The weather's supposed to be pretty this weekend. We'll see.
That's what I was
Most of
going
the
to ask
guys,
you next. How's
yeah,
the
most of
weather?
the guys, yeah, it's supposed to be pretty. Most of the guys are going down to Watt Moore's place in South Carolina for his birthday. I don't know how old he is. I can't remember if he's 93 or 94. Or, he's
Wow.
old. He's old, but they're going down there. We go down there every year. This year, I didn't have it on the right weekend, and I said I'd do this, so I can't back out now.
Yeah.
But I'm going. I mean, it's trout fishing. It's not like it's a bad deal. I'll enjoy it. I always enjoy going out with the fellas, but I would have enjoyed going to Watts too. But that's all right. We're gonna go up here tomorrow, and I'll try to make Watts next year. But supposed to be pretty here Sunday, and if I don't go flying, if I don't talk my wife into going launching for me Sunday, I'll go out and paint in the driveway. But speaking of that, I got to get out of here in a few minutes because I got to be up at 05:30, and dark 30 is what I call it, because I got to be over there at 7 o'clock to meet them. That's too early in the morning for me.
No rest for the wicked.
Yeah, I'm getting too old and tired to be wicked, but I don't get any rest either. Not a lot. Oh Lord.
That's wrong.
Oh,
Wicked is
anyway.
what you got. Wicked is what got you old and tired.
Well, that's probably true. Lynn had to come in and straighten that out for me. First thing I
How you
hear
doing,
from Lynn,
guys?
he's straightening me out. Yeah, doing great, Lynn. How are you, buddy?
I'm well, very well, thanks.
Good deal. Good deal. Good to see you.
You
No,
too.
it's been a crazy week. We've Wednesday I really wanted to go to Alabama and just couldn't make it. Tom Morris's funeral was Wednesday at 4, and I really wanted to go down for that, but I just couldn't do it. Health reasons just wouldn't let me go this time. But otherwise, I would have been there. He was a good friend and a good man. He will be
He's a
missed.
good guy.
That's what I've heard about him. I only met him once, but yeah, he was good.
If you met him once and you met him a second time, he would have walked up to you, shook your hands, and called you by name.
Yep.
He was an amazing man, and he just give you the shirt off his back. He was a great guy. So I don't know. He was something else. You don't meet many like Tom. And
No.
a builder,
He's a-
good land that man could build.
There's an oddball one. 10.6 EW.
I'll
Oh,
take
I'll take
that.
that one.
Yeah. I have a couple of them, but that's a good prop. I tell you what, rev ups are hard to beat,
They really are.
especially if you run OS 35s or I haven't run one on an Air Tiger yet, but I've run a bunch of them on OS 35s, and they are
That
hard
that
to beat.
1060 EW on my Pathfinder 40 with an OS 40 FP that Gordon breathed on a little bit. Really was a nice combination.
Mhm. We always, I don't know, I don't even remember what we ran on FP40s. Tom Dixon worked on something, or we were at a contest and I was having all kinds of problems, couldn't figure out, just felt like I was running out of power in the middle of the maneuvers. I just couldn't finesse it enough. I mean, I was known for finessing, but I was having trouble. And Tom walked over with this old ugly, heavy, thing looked like he'd sanded on it with 60 grit sandpaper and said, "Try this." It's to go on my boxcar Chief with a Fox 35. And I said, Lord, if it was anybody but Tom Dixon, I'd said no. But I put it on there and went up for what I thought was a practice flight. It turned out to be an official. They came on the circle and counted it as an official because they just got word there was a storm coming in.
12.5.
And they wanted to hurry up and get finished. So they came on the circle. I'm trying to figure out, what are they doing over there? They're supposed to be on break. And I put in a flight and I was saying, I think I can make it with this prop. This is all right. I landed the plane. It was a good landing, good takeoff, good landing, real good flight. They said, well, there's the one, two of the guys told me, there's the one to beat. What? Sure enough, I won the contest on that flight.
Wow.
That boxcar was the most underrated old timer I ever had. I've still got it, but I haven't flown it for years. There's no covering on it. I was at Brodak and some kid's bicycle fell against it, busted right up through the center of the wing. I've got it put back together, but not covered. We'll cover that thing and fly it some more this summer. I might take it to Brodak.
Well, I'm hoping I can make it to Brodak, to be honest with you. I'm not
I
sure.
hope you can too.
Yeah, I got to come up with some money to be able to do it, but I'm working on it. I might sell a few things that I got to go.
I'm going to try to send you a little bit. I mean, a little bit, but
Well, every little bit helps and I appreciate it. No, I was thinking I've got a couple of engines, good engines, and I'm making the switch over to electric. So, I could let them go. Otherwise, they just, collect dust. So,
well, I've been selling my engine collection. My wife asked me one time, said, how many engines do you have? I don't know. Well, go look. And I didn't want to tell her, but it's not like it's easy to go look because there's some over there and some over there and some over there, and
yeah.
So I started counting, and when I got the number, I was stunned. I didn't have any idea I had that many motors.
I hear
So
you.
I started selling them, and I've sold about a third of them, but there's still way too many.
I keep finding more. I go to a different drawer or something. Oh, I wondered where those went.
Yeah, the only ones I'm not selling are the OS 35s, the 59s, and the Tiger 60s. Those three I'm keeping. But I built three Brian Gardner 46s here just a while back. And I went to a contest and a guy walked up to me and says, you still have any of those Brian Gardner Tiger 60s? Yeah, I got three of them brand new. Just put new bearings in them and put the sleeve and pistons in them. Have not even run them yet, test run them yet. He said, I'll give you this much a piece for them. Okay, give me your name and address. We'll get together. So
Well,
I sold those.
Yeah, I'm thinking the ones I'll keep would be my stalkers, my diesels. I like playing with the diesels. And probably some of the OS 35S's that I have, and a couple of McCoy 40s. And the rest of them probably I could part with,
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm gonna
Phil?
part with all of it.
Phil,
Yes, sir.
this guy Terry Mitchell, I got one of these. Remember that bag of props I sold you, the 12.5s? That's what he's looking for.
Gotcha.
I sold you a bag of props.
12.5s.
What?
Did you sell me a bag of 12.5s?
Absolutely.
I remember it.
Well, I probably got them in the basement. If I've got them, I've got them in the basement. I'll look tomorrow. Well, probably Sunday.
Yeah, I gotta
Tomorrow when I
ask
get
Lenny
home,
a
I'll probably
question.
to poop.
Lenny, did you fly today? Yeah, you gotta unmute yourself.
Oh yeah, flew today. Today was day 193. One flight on Stinky out in the backyard.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
Good gracious.
193 days in a row now. I'm not
Next
gonna
year,
stop now.
you gotta have a challenge and do it with a diesel.
No, I don't do
Oh,
diesel.
Lord.
Way too smelly. Not interested in that.
But everybody will know when you're flying.
What's that?
I know when you've been
Everybody will
flying
know
too.
when you're flying.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they'll know. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
look,
No,
you'll be
I've
walking
never.
around.
I had one diesel once and I gave it away. I had no interest in even trying it.
You'll be walking
I have a
around
lot
like
of
this
friends
a
that
lot because
I have a
diesel
lot of
whack you.
friends that try Sparkies and diesels and all kinds of stuff. I don't even want to look at that stuff. Doesn't interest me.
Sparkies are fun, but
Come on,
diesels.
you gotta have real grit now, guy.
Yeah.
I had
I got enough.
I had
I got too
go ahead.
many other interests on top of model airplanes to want to monkey with stuff like that. I
Well, see,
find it very temperamental.
I think putting a diesel on a stunt ship is just fine because then when I don't win, I can blame it on the diesel. The judges didn't
Blaming
like
it
the
on the
smell. They
only
couldn't get
problem
it.
is you're blaming it on the wrong thing. Don't blame it on the diesel. It's not its fault. It's the guy who put it on there. That's whose fault it is.
Oh, you try to say I need to practice more, huh? Well, you're probably right, but see, I don't have to let anybody know that.
Oh, that's very true.
I tell you what, as a guy it was absolutely. I told Jim Lynch and others that I thought electric was about as interesting as watching paint dry.
Yeah.
And Jim agreed with me. And then I don't remember who got me to try electric. I think it was Will Davis, but I don't know. I can't remember. But when I think about going and flying a fuel model now, I think, dadgum, I got to find the fuel. I got to get checked to make sure the battery's charged. I got to make sure I got a spare glow plug or two with me.
You got to make
You know,
sure the
all the crap I
battery's
got.
charged with the electric too. And you got to come
Yeah,
home and
but you know to
discharge
do
it.
that. You know to do that. But I mean, I haven't flown fuel in so long. I have to charge the batteries, make sure they'll light a glow plug. You know, I
In mine, when I
always,
come
before
home
you
with
go
my
flying
fuel models,
electric,
I
you
don't
know,
have
you
to
got to charge all
discharge any
6 batteries.
batteries.
Yeah, before I go flying electric, I charge 6 batteries, get ready to go out there. You know, it's ready to go. But I haven't flown the fuel in so long now that it's just hard. But the beauty of it is when I come home, I can just hang the plane up and go on do other things. I don't have to spend 2 hours cleaning it up. And I know there's guys that come home and just take the plane and set it down. I got a buddy that used to do that, and his plane would be so sticky, you grab it and you couldn't let go of the darn thing.
That's
I
no
can't do
good.
that.
That's no
I
good.
can't do that. I have to clean it up as soon as I get home.
I will. Yes.
Hey, Len,
John, I said,
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Sparky.
21 13 6s.
Wow.
These are 11.5 EWs. There's probably 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. 22
Are they EWs or Ws?
EWs.
Could make a good prop for a OS 40 FE.
I take 10 of them.
No,
I think they're staying at Sparky's house.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. I separated all the props I'm keeping out of them 2 boxes. The rest will go to Brodex. And if I can't sell them at Brodex, I'll sell them to Brodex.
What were you going to say, Len?
I don't remember. It's gone.
Must have been real
I'll think
important.
about it. Oh
Reason
yeah,
why
John, I do remember. Go ahead, Sparky.
The reason why I had to rub it into Lenny is one year at Brodex, he said, "What propeller works good on a Super Tiger?" I said, "Well, the only prop that works is a 13.6. And he went up to the hobby shop and bought every one of them.
Oh no, you got that story wrong. I went to the hobby shop. You beat me in there, grabbed the last three, and came walking out and said, "I got the last three. Thanks." And away you went. I never got one. I
Oh.
still don't have one. I've never had a 13.6 rev up. Actually, I'm a liar. I have one. I have one.
You like it?
Never got them. Yeah, it's the way it goes. I should have kept my damn mouth shut.
Well, see, I went up there one year and there was a whole rack of props, 13.6 props, a whole rack. And when I went back, I said, no, I'll get them later. I went back, they were all gone. I thought that was
All
you.
gone. Yeah. No, it wasn't me. I never bought any. I never got any. That was the only time I'd ever heard about them. Somebody was telling me that 13.6 was a good prop. So I said, "Oh, I'll go up to the hobby shop and get some." And you got up and you were sitting right beside me in your tent and you went up too and got in there and got them before I got to the store.
Right, because that's right. Now I remember what the deal was. That guy from Michigan that hangs around John Paris is the one who bought them props. Can't remember
Oh,
his
okay.
name.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't me.
And when I
Yeah,
said,
one of the guys said to me, "Yeah, you need to get a 13.6 rev up." And I said, "Oh, okay, I'll go up to the store and get one." And he said, "Well, they've got some up on the rack up there." I said, "Okay, that's good." So I go trundling up there and you were coming out the door. I said, "I got the last three 13.6s." Well,
yeah,
thanks. Good to know. I ended up buying 13.5s and they worked okay. They were fine.
Yeah. Guys, have a good weekend. I'll catch you Monday, I hope.
all righty.
Take care.
Phil. Good night, Phil. All in good fun, Sparky. It's what we do.
I got some 14.6s and 14.5s that can be cut down, but I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to keep them. I just sell them. They let somebody else cut them down.
What do you want for the 14.5s?
I think I was getting $50 a bag for them.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I can understand. They're good. They're good props. There's no doubt about it. They're
Wow,
good
that's
props.
$5 a prop. I bet I could get $10 a prop for them.
Well, I bet you could. I'm not saying you couldn't. I know that's the deal, you know.
Yeah.
I got lots of those. I probably have 6 or 7 of them, so I'm good to go. I got some from Windy, so
Bart
I'm all
Gerber,
right. I'm doing
he
fine.
didn't have a 13.5. We cut a 14.5 and he sent me one back. You could have kept it, Mark.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the rev ups are getting harder and harder to get. They're not making any more of them, that's for sure. So every year there's less of them.
Which is a bummer because this is a really good prop design. I mean, I don't know why
Oh
Brodak
yeah.
decided to go with that stupid BY&O.
Because it was available at the time.
So it was,
Well, yeah.
No,
So-
they weren't. He was still hanging on the.
Well, he still had the machinery for the BY&O, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't have the machinery for the rev ups.
No,
Well, he bought the
long gone.
machinery for the BY&O. When the guy there out in Oregon decided he wasn't going to make them anymore, uh, I called John and told him about it. Gordon went over, picked up the machinery and everything, and drove it out to Brodak, so he'd have it because Brodak wanted to be able to have a prop of his own, and those the rev ups. The guy that was making them wasn't making. He's making them sporadically. I guess he had an alcohol problem or something.
The guy making which? Rev
The
ups?
rev ups, yeah.
Rev ups, yeah.
Okay.
and you do have to watch these rev ups. I have had a blade come off in my hand.
Really?
Yeah, they're a little narrow at the bottom, aren't they?
Well, I think it's just because of their age, but I'm flipping
Oh
them
yeah.
over and I had one bump back and it broke the blade right off at the
Yeah,
hub.
snap them right off. I think I had that happen once too, Sparky, now that you mention it. I think I had the same thing happen. One day it kicked back and it broke it right off. Well, they're all old, right? I mean, they've all been around a long time, most of them.
Probably 50 years old.
Yeah.
Pretty good. They're all in really good shape. They're brand new.
That's awesome.
how that came about is I was looking for something on eBay. I was, searching the. Oh, John Jordan and I were talking. I said, "Yeah, let's see what the glow plugs cost." I just bought 10 glow plugs last night for $35, so that's $3.50 a piece. We're gonna try them out, but because I'm not paying $25 a glow plug or whatever they were charging, so I was looking for glow plugs, and I just happened to run across Rev Up propellers, and I bought a box of 180 Rev Ups that had the 13.6s and the EWs and those, I bought that box of props, and I said it didn't matter what it cost. I said I'll buy it just for those props, and I got it, and I got all these extra props, and I'm gonna get rid of them.
No.
But I mean, it was happenstance. I bet the guy had just
Yeah.
clicked, post, and I said, boom, bought it right away.
That's cool.
Lucky, because I wouldn't have been on eBay looking.
This point, I'm trying to spend less on the hobby, not more. I'm trying to get out of it sort of in terms of spending the money. I just don't want to anymore. Can't afford it anyway. I mean, you got to realize our money's about less than 2/3 of what your money's worth. So I can't.
Oh, you guys need to throw that away and get dollars then. Bitcoin. We all need to go to Bitcoin.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
By the way, John, I sent you a little bit of money today. Thank you again for those plants.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yeah, no problem.
Have you printed them out yet?
Yeah, they're all done. They look great. They turned out
Excellent.
awesome. I made a set for
Excellent.
myself and a set for Tom Knight, and he's thrilled with them. And we're going to build those 2 airplanes in the spring.
Excellent. Well, if you have any
Sorry, not the
problems or
spring, the fall.
questions,
I mean the fall. In the
if you have
fall.
any problems or questions, just ring me up.
I know who to ask. I know
Yep.
who the 2 guys are to ask.
There you go.
Thank you. That's
Dave
awesome.
Rice in NorCal says, good evening, Dave Rice in NorCal. I probably should go through my boxes of props, divide them up between the twin boys and I. I'm 3rd generation flyer, and I have inherited quite a few. I tried selling a dozen engines at the swap meet, mostly RC and a couple of control line. Nobody would touch them. I tried to give them away, and a guy wouldn't take them. I sold 1 muffler.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't like the old days.
I only have 1 electric airplane, and it's a really good airplane, but I'm still scared of those damn batteries. I am petrified of them. I see so many people who have burnt their damn houses and garages down with these stupid batteries, and I'm just terrified of the damn things. But anyway, I'm going to build a concrete crypt to put them in of some kind, and I'll use them.
Build you a potato bin. Buried in the backyard. That way you can
Can't
keep
do
your
that.
spuds
Can't do
out
that in
there.
can't do that in the winter, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a patio slab, put it on the floor in my basement, go put cement blocks around it on top of it, and then another slab on top of that with the batteries inside. If they go, well, they're not going to hurt anything. They're concrete encased,
Yeah.
so it'll be fine. But I'm sure not going to leave them laying out in the house and take my chances. I'm not willing to do that.
I'm waiting to get up to where I can buy some 50 or 20 20 millimeter or 50 caliber ammo boxes, and so in the meantime I keep checking the batteries to make sure they're not swelling up or doing anything like that.
That's right. Exactly.
Sure
As
you
long as you
vent that
check them every
box.
now and again.
Yeah, I will vent it. I'll drill a little hole in the corner to
Watch
keep
that
it lit.
one movie because they didn't vent that one and it exploded.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
man.
saw that.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you definitely got to vent it.
Okay. Yeah, it's scary stuff, but hey,
Well,
I'm sure they'll be fine once I get used to using them all the time and charging them and discharging them. But until I get used to doing it, I'm not going to take any chances.
Just think, when Howard's car is he's finished with his car, he can take the battery out and use it for model airplanes.
if they don't burn it down on him first.
I think they're filled with 18650s underneath the floorboard.
Yeah. He's coming on. He's going to say something. Get
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. People ask me if I'm using the lithium-ion batteries, and I tell them, I take hundreds of them to a contest, but I usually just leave them in the car.
He carries his own personal charging station, but he has to charge them one at a time. Well, four at a time, actually.
Isn't that what's underneath the floorboard? Is 18650s?
Yep, it is. Different ones have different cells, but this says 18650.
If you buy a car battery and you cut it open, it's a bunch of dry cells, double A's, dry cells. You know, you pour out 200-300 double A batteries out of a car battery. They're no longer lead acid.
Oh yeah.
Some car battery.
Wow.
Pretty similarly back to the old hand crank.
Be pedaling like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
Be out of gas, out of electricity, out of everything.
Gary.
I think gas is coming back online, so that's good.
Well, I remember reading somewhere that they started opening up some of these old oil fields that they figured were all empty because they're checking them out and they filled back up again.
Yeah, they found out that fossil fuel isn't dinosaurs. It's something that
Right.
makes.
Yeah, and that these old oil fields are filling back up, so they've already got everything dug, so they just got to pump it out.
You know, I often wondered that if you've ever been to LA, the La Brea tar pits,
Oh yeah,
if the dinosaurs are caught in the tar pit, how did they die and make the tar? Not. Well, it is 9 o'clock. Actually, it's after 9. Gary, we're gonna leave Gary to be the host. I'm gonna
Hi,
sign
Gary.
off here and end the program on YouTube. I appreciate you guys watching on YouTube. Let me see. Got to get this open again. So complicated. All these screens. Back studio. Be sure to like and subscribe. Channel content. And we'll be on Monday, I think. The creek don't rise. Got to go in here. Move this. All righty. We'll see you later. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
see ya.
Yeah.
Hey Gary,
Hey,
cousin. I was curious. Did your mother ever tell you what part of